Hey, Stacy Serrano here. So we're going to do a very quick tutorial, hopefully in under 5 minutes, showing you how to use MetaTrader 4 and getting it all set up. If you are brand spanking new, do not let any of this overwhelm you. I am going to go through this quick because I hate long tutorials. And if at any point you feel I'm moving too fast, just pause the video, do whatever step it is that we're doing, and then resume the video. But I don't want to make this 15 minutes long, so just that's the easiest way to do it so that we can get through everything and you have a really good idea of how to use the MetaTrader 4. So what I do is I separate all of the apps, as you can see here, all of my IML apps. What I would do right now is pause this video here and make sure that you have all of these apps in your phone. If you also want to separate it into a category so that it's neater and everything's in one section, you can do that as well. But I'm going to move on to the MetaTrader 4 because that's what we're focusing on. So as soon as you get on, it should be on a page that looks like this. I want you to click on the top 3 white lines right there in the top left-hand corner, and then click on Manage Accounts, and then click on the plus sign, and then open a demo account. So you're gonna see a place where you can type in a broker. So if you have a specific broker that you wanna use, just type that in right here and it'll come up. But a majority of our tribe already uses Hugo's Way, so we're gonna go with that. When you fill out your information here, it doesn't have to be exact, just this is a demo. We just want to get you going and set up, that way you can start trading, seeing that this is real, that you can really make profits with this so that you can really focus on your training. What I do is for the leverage, I make sure it's 1 to 500. You can also do 1 to 200. And the deposit, 3,000. And again, you can pause right here and just fill out your information, and then we're going to click Create Account. Don't worry about that stuff, it's just demo. It'll be logged in every time if you just leave it on your phone. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is click on those 3 white lines again in the top left-hand corner, and then click on Settings. So you want to make sure that first box is checked off under Advanced, and then where it says Charts, you want to make sure the candlestick is checked off. And just take a good look at my screen right now and make sure you have all the same things checked off that I do. And you can pause it here. And then you want to click on Colors. And you can copy my colors or you can make your own. But one thing that you do want to have is you want to make sure that your bar up and your bull candle along with your ask price line are the same color. And your bar down and your bear candle are the same color, along with your bid price. And you can play with the other ones or leave them as is, whatever you like. I like to change my stop levels as well, so you can pause this and copy mine. But again, we're not going to stay on this because you can just easily pause it and just copy. So let's go click on those 3 lines again. Actually, click on the 2 arrows right in the left-hand bottom corner, and that'll take you back to your regular screen. So what this is the equivalent to a favorites page in your phone. So the same way you have that favorites list where you can put your favorite call list, where you can put your mom, your dad, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife, the people that you call every single day. This is the equivalent of that. So this is your favorite pairs, the ones that you'll be trading all the time. And this window here allows you to have access to that very quickly instead of having to go search for them every time you want to place a trade. So what you're going to do is click on this little plus sign, and I know the Android acts funny, so some of you probably don't have access to that plus sign. It's grayed out. So if it is, just click on any icon at the bottom and then go back, and then it should allow you to click on that plus sign. Now, some Androids don't have that very first FX majors. If you don't have it, ignore this part because you probably already have it on your list. If you do have it, click on FX majors, then just tap that. It just added it to your list. Then we're going to go to FX crosses. Now what we're going to do is add each and every single one of these to your favorites list. So let's do that. You do that by just tapping on them one by one. And when we're done, we're going to hit the back button, and now you'll see all of the pairs right here. They're all listed. They're in alphabetical order minus your USD pairs, which are first. But for the majority, they're always going to be in order. Sometimes there's one or two that are not, but you know, it's pretty easy to sift through it. So we're going to actually place a trade so that you know how to use that. So we're going to click on the first one and then click on New Order. Now, if you're doing the teacup trades, there's always going to be a sell limit. So we're going to do that first. And just so you understand the difference between market execution and a sell limit, market execution is basically the equivalent of a train, let's just say an Amtrak going by, and it's going at 100 miles an hour. It's already moving, right? And you see an open door on that train and you just jump on the train and you keep going. So that's market execution. You're jumping in the train while it's already moving. And for a sell limit, what you're doing is it's a pre-order. So you're not fully in, you're not, the train actually took a stop, or you're waiting for it to stop, and it has a few more stops before it gets to the place where you need to go for it to take off, right? You're getting in like 3 stops before the actual stop where that train is going to take off. So that's what the sell limit is. Hopefully that analogy helped. But market, so we're going to focus on sell limit first, and then we'll come back and do a quick example of market execution. So if you click on market execution, you'll see a drop down, then click on sell limit. We're going to change this here to 0.202. Just so you know, a good rule of thumb is 0.01 per every $100 in your account. So when you're starting off on demo, I wouldn't do anything more than a 0.05, just to keep you in the safe zone and not risk losing your account, because we're here to make money, not lose money, right? I mean, you will lose money at some point because that's just the nature of the beast, but we're here to keep that percentage down. So when you're taking those teacup trades, when you see that sell limit number, that's going to go right where the price line is, right here. And if you just touch all these little zeros right here, it'll allow you to type in the numbers. Now, the stop loss is going to go where the red line is. And a good way to remember this is a stop sign is always red, and that's where your stop loss goes. And the take profit, that's profit, that's money, that reminds me of green, right? So that's an easy way to remember it. Stop loss goes where the red line is, a stop sign, and your take profit goes where the green line is, profit, money, green. Very easy to remember that if you think about it that way, so you don't mix them up. And we can't place a trade on this right now because it is the weekend and the market is closed, but I will show you an example in a minute. So we're going to go back to market execution. For those of you that are taking some swipe trades, they might ask you to take a market execution. That will always be listed when they send out the alert. So make sure you're paying attention to whether it's a buy stop, a market execution, and make sure you put that in there. So for market execution, you're just going to put the stop loss here where the red line is, stop sign, and the take profit where the green line is, profit. And you're just going to hit buy and sell whatever call they made, and you're in the trade. So let's actually take a trade. I'm going to go with crypto right now just because we can actually do that. Let's just do this for right now. Okay. You can actually trade crypto on weekends, but please stay away from crypto until you're ready. Okay, so new order. We're going to do a market execution, and we're just going to hit sell. And now this order is placed. So now you're always going to see it start off in the negative. Don't freak out. You didn't do anything wrong. The broker always takes their fee off top. So that's all that is. Do not freak out over it. It's fine. It will reverse, and as long as your trade is accurate, you should be in profit. And with the teacup and a lot of the swipe trades, they have a high percentage of win rates, so you should be fine. The next thing we're going to do is place one more, because I want to show you what the teacups will look like. That's always going to be a sell limit. So I actually have to type in a number here. Hold on. Let me move my little face. Okay. Okay. Now again, I would have entered all the numbers, but this is just for, just so I can show you what it'll look like. So you see it's gray. So this trade is actually not active. Ooh, we're on 5 minutes. This trade is actually not active, but as soon as it's active, you'll see it'll move into that column, and you'll be able to see in negative or in profit. If it's in profit, the numbers will be blue. Now, in order to close a trade, you're just going to swipe over those the profit or loss number. Click on the check mark. This will allow you to close with a loss or a profit, whatever you have. If you decide you only want to close, if it's in profit and you only want to take half the profit out, you can actually change that number there, and it will actually close with just a percentage of that profit. You can also change the take profit number. So let's just say you see it's winning, and especially if it's a swipe trade, they usually will give you 2 take profits, sometimes 3. So, and they'll send out alerts saying, change to take profit 2, or close out and take another position. But you can always just change the take profit to the second one right here, and then it'll allow you to modify it. Now, 2 numbers that I'd like to pay attention to are the balance and the margin level percentage. And that's right above the margin there, not the margin level percentage. Now, I like to stay in the safe zone of 450% and above. 350% is okay too. I just personally, those are my numbers, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. The whole thing we're trying not to do here is risk blowing your account. So I'm just going to do an outrageous number just because I want to get down. Hold on. You will not be using these lot sizes. I'm just trying to show you something. Let's go with something else so that it can move a little faster. Okay. Okay, so now you see that margin level is down to 338. So what happens is if your trade decides to do a pullback, and if you don't know what a pullback is yet, don't even worry about it. But it's basically when the trade goes in the opposite direction then you placed the trade in. So you placed that trade for a buy, and then now it's starting to sell. So your account can only hold a certain percentage before your account is actually blown, meaning you no longer have an account. All the money is wiped out. So a safe zone is usually above 350. I like to stay in the vicinity of 450 and above. That's just me, between 450 and 500. I don't really like to go below that. And you'll know where you're at by the amount of trades you place and the size of your lot sizes. So if you are using big lot sizes, you're going to eat up that margin percentage pretty quickly. If you have too many trades open, you're going to eat up that percentage pretty quickly. You don't always have to even get to as far down as 500. You can stay up in the 600 and 700 range if you want as well. But if you stay in that range above 350, it'll help eliminate a lot of it just brings your percentage down as far as blowing your account, and that's what we're trying to avoid here, especially when you're new and you're not sure what you're doing yet. But I think that was it. I don't want to make this too long. If you have any questions, get with the person that invited you here. If you need